8%. We're still coming out of the cycle, from being at the bottom of the cycle for the industry. Bartlett pears, we have the thing for total pears there, but Bartlett pears, that was about the 9th best year. It actually wasn't too bad. I don't think we'll see anything quite that good since we've had all those pears removed in the last year or so, and that seems to be the trend. Turning to the next page, the fruit, nut, and grapevine acreage. That is the highest ever acreage recorded since I've been here in the county. So it is going up, mostly as reflecting the growth of the wine grape industry. And livestock inventories, not anything too noteworthy there. Cattle stayed about the same, and that isn't good. That's as low as it's ever been, unless you go back before the 1800s. So I hope part of it's due to the drought and the inventory comes back up. We have 2 board members here that know more about the cattle industry than I do, so you gentlemen probably know what's going to happen more than I do. The next page has the livestock production and the livestock and poultry products. And you can see the cattle and calves drop down a little bit. Sheep and lambs, the inventory's been holding about steady. I do know that starting last year with the drought, some people were cutting their inventory and cutting down on their herd size already by 2006. And that continued in 2007 they started cutting down in 2007. That continued this year in 2008. And we'll probably see that reflected in the crop report next year. Not only have people been cutting down on their inventory, but because of the water situation, the feed situation, they've been going to market sooner, sometimes a month, 2 months, 3 months sooner. So that means they're losing all of that weight gain and all of that production and value. And then down below, what I was talking about,
Mr. Mason, I think we have a question from Supervisor Pinson.
I just didn't wait.
Okay. Sorry.
Just to run through it again, the milk production went up 20%, and the value per unit went up 50%, and so the total value went up 80%, which was, I'm happy about that. That was actually better than the statewide averages. The next page has nursery production. It was up 9%. The acreage went up a little bit. Sometimes our industry, there's different commodities, and if you notice the greenhouse square feet, reflecting what kind of commodities are being grown, went down quite a bit from 2006 to 2007. The field acreage went up, so we had different nurseries coming into play, growing slightly different commodities. Vegetable production was up 15%. There's virtually little change in the field crops. It's down a little bit because the beginning of the drought was hurting production, and that's going to continue into this year. The next page has the timber. It was down about 6.4%. And turning to page 8, this was reported in the paper recently. Our Sustainable Ag page report talks about the number of organic farms and the biological control programs that we have, and also our pest exclusion program where we intercept pests incoming into the county that, if they got established, would do a lot of damage. And then page 9, we have the $2,007 million crops. And milk just moved up a little bit in there, and red pears was added back in. It had fallen below $1 million crop the year before. So there's one more crop added to the list. Page 10 has the graphs and the tables, the pie chart, and gives a summary of the production 2007 and 2006. And the only thing that isn't in there before that is a supplement to the crop report, the commercial fish catch. And it was up slightly from 2006. And then there's a value comparison on the bottom of page 11 that shows how we fared. And it's actually the third best year, I think, in the last 10 years. But I think you've been reading the paper and following what's been happening, and chances are the season could get shut down sooner, and I don't think we might see a year like this in the following years. Page 12 has the rainfall. Page 13 has a 5-year value comparison of all commodities excepting timber. And then the bottom of page 13 has a top 10 grape variety values.